Hello and thank you for joining us once again. My name is Carlos Lopez of Liquid Brands Management, and this is a brand management capsule on why and how to support the distributor. Here we have an illustration of three different components required to do proper distribution. One is obviously the brand or the manufacturer of the products. In second is the distributor, in this case a vehicle that will make the delivery of all the products. And at the lower level, the retailer, represented here by a few off-premise and on-premise retailers. Off-premise, you buy and you consume off-premise. On-premise, you buy and you actually consume on the premises. Let's talk first about why we support the distributor. And the primary reason is sales. And we all know that sales is equals to profits. And ongoing support to the distributor means more and more profits. So we continue to support the distributor so that we can continue to generate sales. A few more reasons on why we continue to support the distributor. They have the large buildings. They have the facilities that we need to ship our product from the manufacturing facility. They have material handling equipment and the human resources element to handle the equipment, and more than that, also to manage the proper rotation of the inventory so that it's well stocked, the adequate quantities are kept in the warehouse, and product is continually flowing. Even more on why we continue to support the distributor. Here we have an example of a merchandiser. Next we have an example of some delivery guys. And then we have an example of a sales rep. The gentleman on the left ensures that the product goes from the retailer's warehouse to the retailer's shelf, properly stocked, properly rotated, properly merchandised. The gentleman in the middle makes sure that the product comes in one piece distributor's warehouse to the retailer's warehouse. And the gentleman on the right makes sure that this entire process happens seamlessly. He's in constant contact with the retailer, he's in contact with the distributor, and he's in contact with everybody in between that gets the product and moves the product. Here we have the same example, the same sales rep now inside the store. How much is the product selling for? How much of it is in stock? How much has to be restocked? And he's in communication, as you can see, with the warehouse, where they're going to put orders together. Once these orders are put together, the driver makes sure that they get there, and then you see the whole cycle going over again. And this happens every single day. Large retailers get service like this 5 days a week. Smaller retailers get 1 to 2 days a week. And then the result is, as we said, sales. We have here a typical consumer going out and putting in a couple bucks into the slot, and now she's getting her beverage. All of the while, all of this is happening so that we can get this one effect that we see here. Now, how do we support the distributor? You just saw why you support them. Now, how do we support them? Well, the first basic step is useful information. Very basic useful information. Here we have an example of a very well illustrated sales sheet by the Jolly Rancher Soda Company, Elizabeth Beverage. It has all of the information that the retailer needs from the distributor. How many cases in a pallet, how many cases in a truck, how many bottles in a case, 20 ounces per bottle. There's a new cherry flavor. All of the information is very clear, very apparent. Next we have a very nice illustration that this could be anything. This could be a very cool sticker. This could be a price sticker. This could be posters, or it could be a banner. All you need is this document to be printed inside of your sales documentation so that the retailer knows that at a moment's notice, if he needs some sort of sticker, poster, or banner, this is what it's going to look like. Most of the larger distributors have in-house graphics departments that can just go ahead and print these in any size that you need. And then finally, they need enough samples to go out and show to the retailers. Most of you have the best tasting, best smelling product and the best colors. With the samples, you have your opportunity of getting your product in front of them, and they can taste it and they make that determination for themselves. Here we have another example. These are two launch programs. On the left, you have a launch program where distributors and retailers get invited. Typically, this is sponsored by the distributor and the manufacturer. They invite all of their key account retailers so they can get a full presentation on what the product is about, and they get to see the product firsthand, what it tastes like, and all the support that's going to be in place. And on the right hand side, we have the same version of that, except this is on a daytime event. This is actually a golf tournament, again sponsored by the distributor and manufacturer, and they bring everybody out so they can get a good idea of how you're going to support the brand. Here we have another vehicle wrap. I like these, but I don't insist that they do them unless there's adequate sales and adequate distribution wherever this vehicle is going to be racing. If this vehicle is going to race all over the country and you have distribution nationwide, that's fine. If you don't, then I would opt for the alternatives on the left and the right, where we have on-premise events. We've got ladies dressed up in the brand uniform, going out and promoting specifically at the retailers or at the on-premises where the product is being sold. So you support the guys that support you. Here we have another example of a vehicle wrap. In this case, we've got 3 different examples, all used by the same distributor. On the left, we have the vehicle that's driven by the merchandisers that you saw earlier. In the middle, you have the delivery vehicle, which again you saw the delivery guys earlier. And on the right-hand side, you have brand representative, and he's going out picking up sales, not just for in this case a Cuba brand. He's picking up orders for all of the products that the distributor carries. But all of these vehicles, in the majority of the cases, they are owned by the distributor, but the wraps and things like that are sponsored by the manufacturers themselves. And here we have another example of a larger vehicle wrap. Again, I would not encourage that you do this unless you have sales and distribution in the entire territory where this vehicle is driving. In this case, we have Las Vegas Boulevard Kabbalah bus. Helped raise the sales a lot, but it wasn't put in place until there was actual sales and distribution in that territory. And then there's yet still a whole bunch of other ways on promoting your product, on how to promote your product for the support of the distributor. And these are all fun. Everybody loves to do these. We like to talk about sponsoring, and we have an artist, and we have a singer, and we have billboards, and we have banners and race trucks and race cars, and all these things that we go. Everybody's offering us to sponsor this and sponsor that. I just have to insist that you do not invest your money into these unless you have distribution and sales in the areas where these vehicles and where these posters and where all this stuff is being placed. Again, we have here a picture of the brands. On purposely I put them on top. The brands will continue to be supported as long as the distributor carries it and the retailers carry it. And as you have seen, the brand won't survive unless you support the distributor. On a later video, I will talk about how you support the retailer. If any of these components is missing, you can kiss the product, or you can kiss the distributor or the retailer goodbye. They do not exist by themselves. They require each other to exist. This has been a Liquid Brands Management brand management capsule. My name is Carlos Lopez. This is on why and how to support the distributor. Visit us at liquidbrandsmanagement.com for more audios on various subjects. Thank you very much.